We also discussed the ongoing conflict and Israeli campaign in Gaza. We both recently returned from the Middle East. We're also both united on behalf of our countries in support of Israel's right to do everything it possibly can to ensure that October 7th never happens again. And at the same time, we're committed in our conviction that Israel must do everything it can to protect civilians, to ensure that humanitarian assistance flows into Gaza. For our part, the United States has made clear that Israel has to make maximum efforts to avoid civilian casualties, even as Hamas continues to use civilians as human shields, and as well to sustain and indeed increase the humanitarian assistance that's going to people who need it, men, women, and children, food, medicine, water, fuel. On hostages, we continue to explore every means to secure their release. Hamas is responsible for the fact that the pause that enabled the release of more than 100 hostages came to an end. We're pressing for Hamas to renew that effort. To date, they continue to refuse to return to it. We're also pressing in the meantime for Hamas to allow access for the ICRC to the hostages in Gaza to assess their condition, their well-being, and to at least be able to tell the world that. Finally, when it comes to conflict in the Middle East, we are absolutely united in doing everything possible to prevent it from spreading. We remain together and with others intensely engaged in the region to make sure that other fronts don't open up. This includes safeguarding maritime security in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. We've seen totally unacceptable attacks there on shipping. That has to stop. We have every reason to believe the attacks were enabled by Iran, by weapons supplied by Iran to the Houthis. And we are closely coordinating on steps to protect maritime shipping and to make sure that this practice stops. We're also focused on ensuring that anything that would add to instability in the West Bank does not continue. That includes making sure that extremist settler violence stops. We've, as you know, taken steps this week in the United States to impose visa restrictions on responsible individuals, and if necessary, we'll take further action. But we've seen some progress there, but more needs to be done to ensure that this extremist violence ends. Finally, on Gaza, it's very important that even as we're focused on what's happening day in, day out, that we're also not only thinking about, but working on what comes next, and particularly building a foundation for a durable peace and durable security. Tomorrow, I'll have a chance to welcome colleagues from around the region here in Washington, from the Arab League, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. I look forward to continuing those discussions with them. We had a chance as well to discuss our approach to the People's Republic of China. We're aligned on key challenges that we face in the Indo-Pacific. That includes ensuring peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait, as well as standing up to the PRC for its non-market practices. We're also engaging China where we can to try to see if we can find cooperation in solving some of the big challenges that we face, including, for example, risk and safety issues when it comes to artificial intelligence. The United States and the United Kingdom have been leading in the efforts to establish rules of the road. Prime Minister Sunak hosted the first ever global summit on AI safety, a very, very important step. And this is an area where the United States and the United Kingdom will continue to work together. Let me just say in closing that as we're looking at the challenges we face, I heard the Foreign Secretary note recently, and I quote if I can, David, "If we turn this moment of danger and insecurity into something that brings a new sense of unity between allies, there's no reason we cannot prevail." And that's exactly what we're doing. Strengthening, reinforcing the unity that we already have. And as we do that, and as we do that with our other partners, we can, and indeed we will, prevail.